Welcome everyone and thank you for joining us today. Today's topic is We must Maslow before we bloom. In this topic we will be discussing the Maslow hierarchy of needs model, which is related to individuals' motivation. After attending the session, participants will be able to state the purpose of the Maslow hierarchy of needs model, identify and describe the 5 levels of Maslow, evaluate each level based on the context of the workplace, categorize individual behavior to appropriate Maslow level and devise appropriate steps to improve performance. Before we start the Maslow hierarchy of needs model, let's discuss the importance of performance improvement and motivation. Top performing organizations have clear objectives or goals which are part of their strategic plan. These goals are shared with each department and all employees within the organization. Every employee must perform at their highest levels so that they can help the organization achieving their strategic goals. These employees should be evaluated based on certain key performance indicator or KPIs. Every organization's goal is to meet or exceed their strategic objectives. This can't be possible if employees are not motivated or if they are not performing at their best. Therefore, we need to measure performance improvement at the employee level to make sure they are performing well at their job. There are 3 factors involved in performance improvement. These factors are declarative knowledge, procedural knowledge, and motivation. Declarative knowledge is the basic knowledge that every employee should know, for example, job description, what their responsibilities are, what resources do they need to perform a particular task. Secondly, procedural knowledge is knowledge of how to perform a specific task using cognitive skills. For example, if you are working for a bank, you need to know how to answer specific questions based on the context of the situation. If you are working in the sales industry, you must know how to speak with a customer and how to add value for the product and services you are selling. Now that we know what declarative and procedural knowledge is, now let's talk about motivation. Motivation is a force that commands you to repeat a certain behavior at a certain level. For example, when you wake up in the morning, you might feel good about going to work or you might feel other way. Declarative knowledge and procedural knowledge can be taught through training, job shadowing or other formal or informal ways, but motivation can't be taught. We need to understand why an individual's motivation is low, because if that person's motivation is low, then they can't perform well, which will affect their performance and eventually it will affect the bottom line of the business. Therefore, we need to understand the Maslow hierarchy of needs model. As you can see from this equation, if you are missing any one of these factors, then there won't be any performance improvement, as we mentioned before. Declarative knowledge and procedural knowledge can be improved by various trainings, but we can't evaluate the level of motivation of an individual. To help us understand this, let's discuss the Maslow hierarchy of needs model. Abraham Maslow created this model back in 1956. This model is also called Maslow Needs of Motivation model. According to Maslow, everyone has some basic and higher level needs. You can't move to a higher level if basic needs are not met. There are 5 levels in the Maslow hierarchy of needs model. First level is physiological needs. Second level is safety needs. Third level is love and belonging. Fourth level is self-esteem. And the fifth and final level is self-actualization. Now let's go more in detail to understand which needs to be addressed at each level. Let's start with physiological needs. Physiological needs mean basic needs for an individual, i.e. air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing. Without these needs a person won't be able to survive. Then we have safety needs, which is the second level. Safety needs include personal security, employment security, resources, health. A person can't move to this level if its physiological needs are not met. Third level is love and belonging. At this level an individual would like to be a part of a team. Individuals at this level need to feel like they are part of a group or society. They need to feel a sense of connection. If they don't feel that, they don't have friends at workplace, or they feel like they are not being asked for any input in the decision-making process, then they will be stuck at this level. Fourth level is esteem. At this level a person needs respect and can give respect to others. They need to be recognized and given some freedom to think outside the box. If their efforts and hard work is not recognized, then they won't be able to move to the highest level, which is self-actualization. At this level, an individual has accomplished a lot. They would like to have more challenging work or assignments. They would like to give back to the community as well. They understand what their internal and external strengths are. Now, they can teach others and want everyone to get to the highest level of self-actualization. Now that we understand 5 levels or Maslow hierarchy of needs model, let's check your knowledge by completing this assessment. In this activity you must read each statement and identify the appropriate Maslow level. In summary, motivation is one of the key factors for performance improvement. Employees cannot perform at higher levels of the model if lower level needs are not met. Effective interpersonal relations and informal learning can have a positive impact on teams and organizations.